Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are going to be doing a resellers, what sold, basically. So in case you don't know me, my name is Tara Dawn and I resell vintage items. And I also tend to resell some new items on eBay, Mercari, things like that. But on Etsy, sorry, I have to get comfortable. On Etsy, I sell vintage stuff, which is primarily literally like 95% of what I do. So in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about what sold in August. Now, I am fully aware that it is the 26th of September. But guys, I got married this month. I literally got married on Saturday. So it was insanely nuts. I did not forget about the what sold video. And the reason I'm doing it this late, I would have just skipped over August in general, just, start fresh from September. But we did really, really well in August, and then we did really, really poorly in September. So I wanted to give you a behind the scenes look of the ups and downs of finances when it comes to vintage reselling. And what we're going to do to kind of try to make sure October is phenomenal. Now, there is something known in the reselling world as the summer slump, and that I think may have been a portion of what happened to me in September. But in addition to that, I was also really busy with the wedding. I was still listing, but I wasn't listing 5 things a day on each platform like we normally do. So there was a little bit more difficult for me to keep on top of things. So I know that had something to do with it. Now, again, I was still listing. I just wasn't listing 5 things a day. So it's not like I completely ignored it. I was actually listing quite a bit, but we've been hovering around the 350 item mark in the Etsy shop for about a month now. So basically, I was listing whenever I sold something is what it boiled down to. But we're going to get a lot better than that. Our goal is to get 1,000 things listed by the end of this year. And we've only got 3 months left. So I don't know if we can do that. We probably can't do that. That means we've got to list like 600 things. That means we have to list like 200 things a month. We can do that. I'm actually getting my husband to help me out on that. So we'll see how that goes. But let's go ahead and jump into our what sold video. I do want to also talk about how we're going to do these going forward. I'm actually going to be doing another what sold video on Sunday. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're starting to sell so much that these videos are getting to be over 45 minutes long. And I don't like doing that, and you don't like watching that. So I think what we're going to do is start doing weekly what sold videos every single Sunday. So more videos for you. Yay! And they'll probably still be around the 20-minute mark because I'm a talker. Can't help it. So that is essentially what's going down. So let's go ahead and jump into August. So this was August 2019. And in case you're new to the channel and you have never seen this before, this is my Airtable spreadsheet. Airtable is a free platform that you can sign up for. It will cost money once you get to a certain amount of information in here, but it's well worth it. And they have a really wonderful system that allows you to recommend them and basically use the platform for free. So my link for you to sign up is below, so definitely go and check that out. In addition, if you want access to this exact spreadsheet with all of the sales information, and it makes it really easy, there's a little button up here at the top that you can copy it into your own Airtable base. And it also comes with a video that talks about, how I do this. I do sell that on the Etsy store. I have also posted a link to that below, so make sure you're going and checking that out. So with all that being said, let's jump into August. So, the first one is actually a little bit depressing. Oh, God, why did we start off with this one? All right, so in August, I sold a Carolee vintage, and we'll just go ahead and pull it up. In August, I sold this really beautiful 1990s Carolee vintage choker necklace. Unfortunately, and this literally just happened 2 days ago, and it was sent to Japan. Unfortunately, it seems to have been lost in the mail, which really, really sucks. I've been watching the tracking. She's been asking about where it is. I've been calling USPS, and they have as much information, unfortunately, as we do. It is in transit. It's just not being logged, and so we don't know where it is, and it's been probably about 3 weeks since she ordered it. So I went on ahead and refunded her the money. So unfortunately, this was a wipeout on this one. But I ended up paying 57 cents for this. She originally bought it with shipping and handling for $43.25. So that would have been a huge profit. It cost $17 to ship to Japan. And that also includes, so that's the shipping, but that also includes any listing fees, any fees that Etsy took out. And then I'm not going to go into all of this for everything that sold. I'm just going to go into the purchase price, the sale price, and show you pictures of what it was. So unfortunately, this was refunded. She's very, very sweet, and she has let me know that if it does show up, then she'll contact me. But I think I'm going to go on ahead and let her just keep it, because it would be a nightmare for her to send it back, and she needed it by this weekend. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to just have to cut my 57-cent loss plus shipping and handling. So that kind of sucks. Okay, so for that one, I put down a 0 profit on that, unfortunately. But it sold in August. And I did put a note in here saying refunded, lost in the mail, in case I have to go back sometime and figure out why I got 0 profit on this one. And then those are all of my links. This is, it was paid through Etsy. And the location is in the red basket. I have a whole nother video where I'm going to talk about how I organize all of these things. So we'll talk about the red basket later. Okay. Let's keep on trucking. So from here on out, I'm going to try to go really, really fast because in case and I know you weren't aware of this because we didn't talk about it. So I spent on everything that sold in August, I spent $176.07. The sell price for all of those things was $1,843. So if tax and shipping and fees were not a thing, I would have made $1,843. So this would be the gross profit right here. My net profit was $983.69. So generally speaking, I make a 40 to 50% profit on my monthly income, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so let's just keep trucking, and I'm going to try to get through these as fast as I can. So these Lillian Vernon Oriental, they were like little figurines. They came inside their original box. I don't think they're Christmas ornaments. I think they're ornaments to display in curio cabinets or hang on walls, those kinds of a thing. But they were absolutely beautiful. I bought them for $1.99. They sold for $20.58. I made a profit of $13.48. This ceramic blue kitty is one that I have had. He's probably one of the very first things that I thrifted. I love him because he's not plastic. He's not rubber. He was actually ceramic. He just doesn't look ceramic, but he's a little ceramic hand-painted blue kitty. Purchased him for $2.99. I did not have a listing cost on him, probably because I sold him through eBay, and I do my eBay listing fees a little bit differently. There's a whole nother line at the bottom of August that I'll show you where I type in, because the way eBay does it, I can go in and pay every day, but the way eBay does it is they normally send me a bill at the end of the month saying, this is what you owe for your last month's fees. So if it sells on eBay, I do not have listing fees and things like that. Now there were Etsy fees, like the 20-cent listing fee and things like that. Those have been folded into the profit. So they've been deducted from the profit already. Okay, so purchase cost was $2.99. Sell price was $19.95. Fees, so that would be Etsy fees, listing fees, shipping and handling, $3.48. My profit was $13.48. And that was that. So the Bluebird cartoon porcelain kitsch ornament is this guy. Oh, I love him so much. He had a little bitty feather that I feel like might have been bigger at one point, but I think he was pretty darn cute. So he's fine with this little feathered tuft. And he had a little bitty chip over here that someone tried to color in with a marker. That was all in the listing. I made that very clear. He was $2.39. I sold him for $20.27. Fees and taxes were $4.77. I made a profit of $13.11. This one was funny. I've been trying to sell this one for a long time. I am in love with this thing, but I find them everywhere, and I'll be honest, it was a little bit difficult to sell. So this is a peach pie baking plate. And so essentially it was made in Japan. It didn't have any other markings on it other than made in Japan. But it's just a peach pie plate. I thought it was adorable. I actually have an apple one. I've seen so many of these in thrift stores. But I've had this one for a long time and it was really hard to sell. So as much as I love them, I probably won't pick them up again, but that's up to you. So it's a dishwasher and oven microwave safe made in Japan. So I purchased it for $5.99. I sold it for $28.40. Fees and taxes. So again, shipping and handling, listing fees were $5.73. I made a profit of $6.68. All right, the Sexton Vintage Boy with Frog. I love this guy. And what I love is that she bought it for her mother. And so I had to put a little gift on it, a little gift tag on it. But it's a little boy or girl getting into a bathtub with his pet frog. And made by Sexton in 1975. I got it for $3.99. I love these little plastic kitschy things like the Homeco, the Sexton, all of those. I absolutely adore them. Unfortunately, they don't sell quite as fast as I wish they would, but I love them. So purchase cost was $3.99. Sell price was $24.35. Fees and taxes were $6.36. So I made a profit of $14. So remember, this sell price includes shipping and handling. So I did not sell it for $24.35. I sold it for probably about $16 or $17 plus shipping and handling, which came out to $24.35. Okie dokie. Where are we? Gold Circle Vintage Ring and Necklace. Oh, I love this one. This one was so disco for me. Like if you're going to be a disco queen for Halloween, which I'm pretty sure this person is, this is the way to go. So this was just a hoop and circle necklace. I got it in a jewelry jar for 18 cents, sold it for $22.74. This is why I love jewelry jars, guys. They're really, really, really hit and miss, but when you find something, the profit is huge. And this probably paid for the entire jar. So they paid $22.74. Price plus shipping and handling, fees and taxes were $5.27. I made a profit of $17.29 on this necklace. Paula plaque. This is something else that I will probably avoid getting in the future. I love the kitschiness of them. I really, really do. But I have a few of them that just don't want to move. So this is a Paula plaque, very similar to the Hallmark plaques or the American greeting card plaques that you can get from the 1980s and 70s. This one was 1978 or 1979, is called a Paula plaque. It's got a little fuzzy black kitten on it. It says a good friend is forever. It's ready to hang. It had a little bit of damage on the back, but I mean, it's going to be facing a wall, so who cares? It was $1.50. I sold it for $14.94. Fees and taxes were $44.43, and the profit was $9.01. Okay, so keeping on going. Her Chopper Hopper. So I right after I sold this, I literally ended up getting the grandpa version. I haven't listed it yet, but I have the grandpa version of this. So if anyone wants it, let me know. I'll get it listed for you. I'll get it photographed for you. That's on my list of things to do. So I have a his Chopper Hopper. I just sold her Chopper Hopper. This is a 1960s-ish vintage denture holder for the side of the bed. So they go to bed, they put their teeth in the denture holder, and they're good to go for the night. It had one little bitty tiny chip on it. You can see right here on the edge, but otherwise it was in beautiful condition. I really, really, really cleaned it up. And so, yeah, so I got it for $1, sold it for $22.27. Fees and taxes were $5.79, and I profited $15.48 on that one. Okay, this I loved. I was actually kind of sad to see it go, but I don't need things like this in my house. So I love to keep some things, but if I can't find a use for it, I will sadly sell it. So this was a Mexican, a Mexican handcrafted stuff peacock, basically. And I loved it. I thought it was just absolutely beautiful. Got it for $3.99, sold it for $20.53. And I, $5. Sorry, my mom's calling. I'm going to have to call her back. $5.38 in fees and taxes. And I profited $11.16 on that guy. So yes, that is that guy. Keep on going. I told you we sold a lot in August. Okay. Hand carved wood monkey statue. This one surprised me. Honestly, these wooden statues do not sell well for me at all, like ever. So I was really surprised. He was only about this big. He wasn't very large at all. Really good desk sitter, I think. So he was $4.99, $23.26 was what I sold him for, $5.40 in fees and taxes and shipping, and then at $12.87 is what I profited from that guy. So this is another thing that I thrifted way in the beginning, probably the first month that I've ever thrifted for profit. And these were so much fun to learn about. So these are Victorian fur clasps. I thought that they were, or shoe buckles. It depends on how you want to use them. I thought that they were hair clips. I thought maybe earrings, but if you look at the back of them, let's see if I can show you. Okay, well, it doesn't really, I don't know why the picture's not here, but there was a picture of this. But on the inside of this buckle right here are little prongs. No way they could be earrings. They would puncture your ears. But I cleaned them all up and asked people online, and it turns out they're Victorian fur clasps. So they would wear those fur cowls. So they have those fur cowls, sorry, that was my mom. We just had the wedding and we're still leaving things at the winery. So yeah, we're trying to figure out when to take things back. And anyways, so but they're basically fur jewelry or coat jewelry, so you could clip them right there on the fur, and they latch in, and so then you've got little jewels on your fur coats. Or again, you could put them on your shoes and kind of dress up your boots and things like that. But they're from the Victorian era. I thought they were really cool. I got them for $5.99, which tells me I don't think the Goodwill that I got them from knew what they were either. But it was really fun to clean them up. You can see kind of this was what they originally looked at, like just covered in gunk. I love cleaning things up. And this was what they looked like after I got them all cleaned up. They were really beautiful and sparkly, and just absolutely loved them. So they sold for $35. And the shipping and handling was really cheap on those because they're very, very small. So $6.34. So I profited $22.67. Again, it took a little while for these to sell. But, you know, there you go. One of the good things about having access to the spreadsheet is you'll be able to go in and see what sold, what still hasn't sold. I list the dates for when I list them. So 4/15 was when I listed that. It just sold in August. So you can see that this one was there for 4 months before it finally sold. But you can also see what I called it. So, you know, that kind of a thing. So anyways, it's a really great way to take a look at kind of SEO or my mentality behind all of these things. Okay. Roses painted on wood. So this was just a really beautiful plaque. It was, you can't see my other hand, but it's down here. This is a really beautiful plaque with wood hand-painted roses on it. It was signed M. Dearda. I don't know who that is, but I purchased it for $4. It sold for $27, $11.86 for fees and shipping, and then I profited $11.14. Okay. And then a faux wicker picture frame. This one, oh my God, everybody loved it. Everybody wanted it, but nobody bit on it. So I did eventually end up selling this one, I believe through I sold this one through Etsy. So I actually had to package this bad boy up and ship it. But it's just a giant faux wicker. So it was like a resin or a plastic. And it was stamped Sirocco, I think was the company that did this one. I can't remember. Resin. It did have a stamp on the back. I just can't remember who did it. I feel like it was a Sirocco. I don't know where all my pictures are. I'll have to go back and look at the listing. But anyways, it had a really pretty print of a watercolor bird in it. It was just a poster print in it. But everyone loved it because it looks like wicker. In all honesty, when I first purchased it, I didn't look close enough at the Goodwill, and I didn't realize that it wasn't wicker until I got it out to my car and I looked at the back and realized, oh crap, that's plastic. But it still sold. It was $7.99. The sell price was $25. And then $1.65 in fees and taxes. This one had, I actually did not log the shipping on this one. And I don't know why. So I'll have to go back and check on that one. But $16.36 was what I profited. So I'm going to have to go back and see why I did not log the shipping on that one. That might be a little bit of a mistake. Anyways, they happen. All right, vintage 1978 Garfield collectible. Oh, I remember this. He sat on my desk for a really long time. He says, sometimes I'm just not in the mood to be adored. He's a little bitty desk figurine from 1980s. He says he was $2.99, sold him for $19.40. Fees and taxes were $5.16. I profited $11.25. Okay. There goes the trash guy, so he might be a little loud. I love this. I picked this up at a garage sale for about $5. It's a 1956 brass rotary telephone, literally just a working telephone. And the guy double checked and made sure it worked because he was actually going to go home. He has a telephone booth, and I guess he's a phone collector, but he uses all of them when people call. So he said he was going to put this in his office, and he was going to let me know if it didn't work, and it worked beautifully. It still rang. So it's got this handle that comes up so you can walk around and carry it around with you while you're on it, but it's completely brass, 100% brass. I got it for $5. It was missing its little phone card in the middle and then a little bitty plaque on the front that would have said RTT, I believe is what it would have said, was the logo for the original phone company. Oh, I forgot to show you what I made on that. So that one was a big one. I actually sold that one for $150 flat. I sold that on Facebook, so there were no shipping and handling fees. There was a 20-cent listing fee on Etsy, which rolled into the profit. So $144.80 was what I made on that $5 purchase from a yard sale. Okay, and then Elsa's safari truck. So this was a little bit of a gamble for me. Did turn out to be vintage, so I got to list it in a couple of different places. But These were little plaques done by Kitty Cottrell, who is a a relatively famous and collectible, not ceramics, what do you call it? Statue maker, basically. My brain is... All right. So anyways, this particular series was mass made, but they were made for, it was telling the story of a granddaughter who goes on safari with her grandfather. So I actually have two Kitty Cottrells from this series. I had this one which sold, and then I still have a little gorilla, which is like, it's got a baby gorilla on her, and she's, looking at the camera. It's really cute. Pretty darn adorable. Got this one for $6.39, sold it for $36. There was a $3.28 fees and taxes, and I profited $26.33 on that one. Okay, vintage L.S. Peterson hematite. Wow, this is another one that I got really, really early on. A lot of older things sold. I'm starting to find that a lot of the older things that are like 2 and 3 months old will start to sell. I think they have to pick up speed a little bit. So this was a beautiful hematite ring that was stamped L.S. Peterson on the inside. You can kind of see it right there. It says sterling. And so it was a sterling silver ring. It was just absolutely beautiful. So I cleaned it up. I got it for $5.99 at the jewelry counter in Goodwill. Sold it for $27. Fees and taxes were $2.90, and I profited $18.11 on that one. Okay, I told you there's a lot, but we're going to get through these. I'm going as fast as I can. Hand carved vintage Asian wooden box. I loved this, not because normally I kind of steer clear of boxes. I really do, because there are a lot of them online and they don't tend to sell well. The reason I picked this one up was because the inside, and you're going to laugh, but the inside was kind of decorated in 1970s. So there's this old piece of paper that was sitting in the bottom that kind of made it a beautifully colored bottom. And this was done by the original owner. This is not done by the creator. So there was that beautiful paper hanging out in the bottom, which came out easy. It was just folded and sitting in the bottom, but I loved the pattern on it. And then also on the inside, there was a religious scene of baptism. I think it was a baptism scene is what it is. And so is Jesus baptizing children with Archangel or somebody. I'm not totally sure exactly who was featured, but I know it was Jesus, and I know he's baptizing people. So, but I just thought that was really, really beautiful. And the box was in great condition and showed absolutely beautiful scenes of, an Asian couple or I think it actually might be an Asian grandmother, a daughter, and then a child. Because at the very end of it, you see, there's like a scene on each picture. Anyways, I'm going too far on this one. Bought it for $5.99, sold it for $27. Fees and taxes were $2.90, and then I profited $18.11. Now remember, sometimes listings do not have higher fees and taxes for shipping simply because I sold it through Facebook Marketplace. Or I sold it through Mercari. If I sold it through Mercari, the shipping was actually in with the sale price. So that's not something that I had to pay in addition. Oh, that's what it was on the wicker thing. That's what it was. So see, I sold on Mercari, so there wasn't, I didn't have to pay, I didn't have to pay shipping and handling, basically, is what happened. So Mercari is a little bit different in that way. So they paid $27 total, probably a little bit more, but Mercari handles the shipping and handling. So I probably charged them $27. They probably paid around $31. Mercari shipped it out. I pocketed 27, or I, got the 27 minus all of the profits. Okay. Woo, cleared that up. Okay. Vintage metal rose tabletop mirror. Guys, I love this. And I'm so excited because I actually just picked up another one that I just listed yesterday, which I'm very, very excited about. It's very similar. This is a beautiful velvet lined tray. I think it's actually from the 70s or the 80s. I don't think it's from the Victorian era, but it was absolutely stunning. And it's got a brass, it was completely brass. No, it was not metal covered in gold. It was brass, and I absolutely loved it. So I got it for $4.99, sold it for $40. Fees and taxes were 20 cents, profited $34.80. Guys, when you find these metal trays, if they're in good condition, they sell for between $40 to over $100. The one that I have that I listed yesterday has got beautiful enameled brass flowers on it. I believe it's also from the 80s or the 90s. There are a lot of repros out there, so be really, really honest with your buyers. But they sell for anywhere between, if they're in good condition, they sell for anywhere between $50 and $150. Now I'm talking about these ornate ones. If you're looking at the filigree frames, which are kind of like a lattice style metal. those will actually only sell for probably between $20 and $35. And those have to be in good condition. It's very rare for me to find the filigree style that's still in good condition. They're usually rusted out or missing half of their prongs or whatever. So just keep that in mind. Not all tabletop mirrors are going to sell for the higher price tag, but these beautifully ornate ones, if they're in good condition, if the roses aren't broken off or the handles aren't missing, whatever, they will probably sell for around $50 plus. Okay, let's keep trucking. So I think I told you guys that one. So profited $34.81 on that one. So green culture mixed necklace. This was another jewelry jar one. So this one I was surprised at this. This was a really popular 90s brand, I guess. I never heard of them, but it was called Culture Mix. It still had the little tag on it, so I was able to identify it pretty easy. You can find these online. They go for a pretty penny, actually, if they're in good condition. And this one was in pretty much mint condition. The only mint condition that wasn't was when you look at the tag right here. You can see that it's been a little bit loved, but otherwise, beautiful condition. So this was probably from the 90s. I did not have a purchase price on this one. I do remember it came out of a jewelry jar. So what probably happened was I forgot to list it. So I ended up putting the purchase price in with another piece of jewelry out of there. I'll show you guys how I do jewelry jars sometime. But usually if it has a 0 next to it, it's because I didn't initially include it in the batch of things that I was going to resell. So that cost is still there. It just got rolled into a different piece of jewelry. That's probably what happened. So $0 purchase cost on this one, $18.95. Even if there was a purchase cost on this one, it probably would have been around 18 cents to 35 cents, depending on which jar it came out of. So it's not huge anyways. $18.95 was the sale price. $3.09 was shipping plus fees. $15.86 was my profit. So not too bad. So this came from my husband's grandmother who passed away, unfortunately, about 2 months ago. And this was another interesting story. So this is another learning story for everybody. So Sherry was her name. She had these in the basement. The family had never seen these before. So these weren't necessarily something that they were trying to hold on to. They gave me a lot of stuff that they're trying to clean the house out. And I still have more stuff to go through. So I'm helping them sell some stuff. And kind of clean the house out and get ready for them to do with whatever they want to do with it next. So these were stoneware jars from Tosh, which is a Seattle-based pottery company from the 1970s. It came with 2. It came with a larger one and a smaller one. So they didn't cost me anything. I sold them for $126. They are collector's edition. They are collector's pieces because they are hand done, really well made pottery. Sold them for $71.48. I profited $54.52. Now, unfortunately, I packaged these really, really well. I actually packaged them each in their own box, in a bigger box, surrounded by newspaper, covered in bubble wrap. And somehow USPS still managed to bust the smaller one. So I was really upset when the buyer was super, super nice. He contacted me and said, is there anything that we can do? And I did a quick search online. So do this if you can. This is honestly one of the best things that you can do. I immediately went onto Etsy and did a search for Tosh jars and tried to pull up all the Tosh jars. I wanted to find one in this print. I did find one in the print. In fact, it was one about the same size, but it had a really cool handle on the side and even had a little spoon that came out of it. It was absolutely beautiful in this exact same print. So I shot him a quick message. I said, hey, I found this exact same jar. It's roughly the same price that I charged you for this one. Would it be okay if I went on ahead and sent you this one in replacement? You don't have to do anything. I'm just going to order this and have it shipped straight to you. He said yes, went on ahead and did that. Within the week, he had both jars. He left me a 5-star review, and I still managed to pocket a profit on this one. So I did take out the cost of the small one in August. You'll see that at the bottom of the August area. So I'll show you that here in a little bit. So the replacement jar did come out of what I made, but I still made a profit, which was nice. Okay, let's keep going. Homeco tin ducks. I told you guys I love Homeco. So these are Homeco. They came in a bag, set of 3 Homeco tin ducks. This is pretty much what they look like. I absolutely love them. So they're not the same as like my brass birds back here, which actually sell for a very pretty penny. These are Homeco. They're not that expensive. So I got them for $4.99. $9.99. They sold for $54. Remember, it was a set of 3, so they probably would have sold for about $15 a piece at that point. Shipping and handling was $27.57 plus all the fees and taxes. I profited $21.44 on those. Okay, so small copper barrettes, and something else that I got out of a jewelry jar and was probably pretty early on. I've had these for a little while. I had no idea what these were. When we first got them, I was like, I've never seen anything like these. What the crap are these? So I got onto a couple of Facebook groups. I posted them in. People said, oh, they're 1970s hair barrettes. They're very popular. So that's what happened. They're just hairpins. So I got them for 72 cents. They came in a jar. Sell price was $18.95. Fees and taxes were $3.04. I profited $15.19 on those. This guy, I loved this guy when I purchased him. He's not my decor style, but I absolutely loved him. So he is a lion tapestry. These are terrible pictures because they don't show the color. This is what the color looks like. It's a really, really vibrant red and gold. But essentially, it's just a huge lion tapestry. The lady that got these was super, super excited, primarily because she has a peacock one and a zebra one. She has a whole bunch of different of these, and she'd been looking for the lion one for forever. It had a few little blemishes in it, but it was a 1970s tapestry that looks like it might have been used as a rug. Should be a wall item. Looks like it was a rug item. But I thought it was cool. I got it shipped out pretty darn quick. I got a great review on that. So I purchased it for $10, sold it for $47, shipped it for $4.22, and made a profit of $32.79. Okay, this one was another one that I've had for a really long time. Honestly, August was the month of selling all of my old stock, which was weird. So this was and the name of this artist, this is a very collectible artist, but the name of this artist, no one really knows. It's either F. Lolile, Jolile, F. Ideal, and it looks like all of these things. If you look at the signature, I'm like, I don't know what it says. Lolil, Flalil, Ideal, I don't know. F. Ideal. I think that's an F. That looks like an F to me. It's this part that, yeah, I don't know. And people online are equally as confused. We don't know what that signature is, but people love these things. So got it for $9.99. Sold it for $24.95. Fees and taxes were $3.09. Profited $11.47 on that one. Okay. Vintage Daher decorative round tin tray. Okay, so this is another learning process. I love these. I think that they are absolutely beautiful. They're pieces of art, but unfortunately they were so mass made that they're really hard to sell because they're really easy to come across inside thrift stores and things like that. So I still have a lot of Daher trays, which have been listed for quite some time, but this is probably one of my favorites. So the purchase price on this one, I had it $0 primarily because I bought this one like 4 years ago, and I can't remember what the purchase price was. I bought it for myself because I thought it was beautiful. And then when I started thrifting for profit, I realized, oh, these are kind of everywhere. So I did end up selling this primarily also because we moved and I was trying to downsize. So purchase cost was $0. I sold it for $24.81. I probably bought it for around $3.99 is probably what I bought it for. So I sold it for $24.81. Fees and taxes were $3.63, and then I profited $20.78. And I got a glowing review on that one. They say they want more, so I will be sending them more. Please take my Daher. Okay, so this one is one of my all-time favorite things of all time. I'm actually still a little bit sad that I sold it. And there was a little bit of a mix-up with this one. I accidentally printed out and mistakes happen, by the way, so just be ready. Mistakes happen. I printed out 2 labels. This went out the same day as a mirror went out, and I accidentally sent both items to one owner. And I did end up getting it solved. I ended up sending her a new label. I literally hand-mailed her a new label. She had some issues. She couldn't leave the house. She had some, physical ailments that prohibited her from going to the post office. So I went on ahead and shipped her the address label and scheduled the USPS man to stop by, and she was amazing and got it out the door and then left me a 5-star review. So I love that woman. She is amazing. So she helped me out a huge ton on this one, but this did get to the correct owner. And I got 5-star reviews from both people. But I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. All of the leaves were intact. There were no dents, no dings. It was just absolutely stunning. So I purchased it for $3.50, sold it for $40.28 because I thought it was worth it. It wasn't made by a single dealer that I could price that at, but when I love something, I up the price because I kind of want to hang on to it for a little bit, and I don't want to sell it for something that I'm going to regret later. So $40.28 is what I sold that little bitty vase for, and it was only about this big. $14.42 is what it cost me to ship it. I made a profit of $13.27, and you will also see at the bottom where I rectify the mistake of sending the shipping label to the correct person. So I did have to double pay for shipping. So unfortunately with this one, I do think I actually came out with no profit. I think that I probably made, if I made any profit, it was like $1 or $2. Okay, but that's what happens when you make mistakes. Okay, so the faux dark wood mirror, this is the one that went out the same day as that as that leafy green vase. But it was just a beautiful, this one might have been the Sirocco actually. Rustic resin mirror, resin. This one also doesn't have the name on it. Anyways, this was an absolutely beautiful mirror. It just shows little sparrows sitting on wood. And I purchased it for $5, sold it for $39. Fees and taxes were $19.52, and the profit was $2.41. That's where I screwed up on the pricing. That's where I went in and fixed that. So this is, so I went on ahead and put $2.41 as profit because I had to take off shipping where I screwed up. So I actually did make a profit on that last one. I made about a $13 profit on that last vase, and then a $2.41 profit right here. So not bad. I still made a profit, at least on a mistake. Fitz and Floyd. Oh, Fitz and Floyd. You and I have issues. I love buying and selling Fitz and Floyd. I don't like Fitz and Floyd, actually. But this was a little Christmas ornament from the 1990s, I believe. It just shows two little mice asleep in their bed waiting for Santa Claus to come. And it was from their Charming Tales Christmas collection. He really is kind of cute. There was no way to hang him. He was a sitting ornament, so you sit him on a tabletop or, a bookshelf or something like that as decoration at Christmas time. But I got him for $3.99. Sold him for $20. Fees and taxes were $2. Profited $14.01. All right. Oh, look, it's the end. Yay. Okay, so we've just got a little bit more to go. This was an Etsy inventory spreadsheet. So this is what I was telling you guys about a little bit earlier. It's access to this spreadsheet. You never lose access. You can check each month what I'm selling and how much I'm selling for and what my profits are and what everything looks like. So that is that. And when we change spreadsheets in the beginning of 2020, which is coming up in a few months, I will make sure that everyone gets access to that 2020. You'll get an email from me giving you access to the new spreadsheet, in addition to still having access to the old spreadsheet as well, if you'd like. Okay. So this is the digital cell. This is the digital cell for the spreadsheet, plus the training on how to use it and all of that good stuff. So I sold it for $17, zero purchase cost because I made it. There were fees and taxes, so that's 20 cents for fees on Etsy and anything that Etsy takes out. So $1.81, profited $14.99. So we're good on that one. We just sold a couple more actually this month, so that one's picking up speed as well. Spartus alarm clock. So again, this was something that Mom Sherry owned. It sat next to their bed for a very long time. I believe it was actually Ron, who was Josh's grandfather, who passed away about 4 years ago. So it was a beautiful little gold Spartus clock. It still ticked away beautifully. I took the batteries out before I shipped it so that nothing, got nasty or too hot or busted or whatever. But it had faux wood on the sides, a ticking time, gold timepiece in the front. It was just beautiful. So zero purchase cost because it came from Mom Sherry. $39.72 was the sell price. The fees and shipping were $7.15, and $32.57 was the profit on that one. And I did pick up another one recently at Goodwill. Guys, these little Spartus alarm clocks, if they still work, sell for pretty good. They'll sell for anywhere between $15 and $30. So keep an eye out for those when you're in Goodwill. If it still works, those alarm clocks are really, really popular. Okay, so Avon Bluebird cameo ring. So this one, Avon, I hate Avon. I love Avon personally. I think Avon is got some really, really cool stuff. I love their bottles. I love half the things that I pick up. I'm like, this is cool. And then I pick it and I'm like, damn you, Avon. Avon does not sell. Avon, very little of it sells. So when I picked this up, I was not aware of that fact. This is one of the first things I ever picked up from Avon. It took probably 4 months to sell this thing, but it's just a blue cameo ring from the Avon company. It was resizable, so anyone any size could do it. I forgot to show you all the things. So for Avon, pick it up if you'd like. I have people do sell Avon online, and maybe things go up and down. So maybe Avon's time is coming back again. But one of the reasons Avon doesn't really sell is because there is so much of it. Like those little cool perfume bottles or cologne bottles, they made 5 billion of them. And so what I can find on my shelves, people can find all around the world on their shelves as well. They're not difficult. So that's the reason why they don't really sell that well. There's just a mass flooding of the market. So, but I purchased this for $7.99, way too much. Sold it for $29.06. Fees and taxes were $5.86. So I made $5.21. It's honestly, or $15.21. It's honestly a pretty good profit. Not bad. But it was a surprising profit because Avon. So, all right. This one, I'm so excited that I sold this. So this one was somebody's high school art project. If you don't know who Lichtenstein is, or Steen, I don't know how to pronounce it, Lichtenstein or Lichtenstein. He was a pop art artist who I studied when I was in college. He makes things look kind of comic booky, right? So this one was somebody's high school art project, and I swear to God, it was so heavy. And I remember standing there in the Value Village looking at it like, it's too cool to leave. It is way too cool to leave. But at the same time, how am I going to sell this thing? This was the reason I started selling on Facebook Marketplace, because I knew I didn't want to ship this thing. I kid you not, it weighed more than a bowling ball. It was so big. But the guy that bought this from me bought it from Facebook, and he said he bought it because he collects these high school pottery stuff. So I knew that there was going to be somebody out there, and it excited me because it doesn't go with any of my interior, but I really desperately wanted to find it a home. So whoever Ann is, good job. Good job. Period 4 art class AN. Good job. So this bad boy sold for $25, 20-cent listing fee. I walked it down to Starbucks. So sold it on Facebook and made $16.81 profit. So it wasn't huge, but for this particular item, I was more excited that I could find it a home that is going to love it. So yeah, Lichtenstein art planter. So for the most part, guys, as far as handmade like high school projects go, they have to be really good in order for them to sell. I do have a few of them that I absolutely adore, so they can be sold. Like Norma. I think we've talked about Norma in the past. I'll show you Norma on the next video. I'm about to record another video for you guys, a haul video. I will bring in Norma and introduce you guys to Norma in the next video. But Norma's one of my all-time favorite high school projects, or homemade. It doesn't have to be high school, but it might be homemade projects. I absolutely adore her. Okay, so they are collectible, but I recommend only picking up the high school or handmade projects if you love it, if it can sit around for years and you're fine with that. Okay, this one, really cool. So I had to sell this one. You can see I sold it on Etsy. There are some vintage ones. I made it very clear in the listing. I think this is vintage based on the base, but there's no way for me to authenticate that. So buy it if you want, but I really hit it heavy more on eBay and all of the other ones. Oddly enough, it sold pretty much within 24 hours on Etsy. So these guys were really, really cool. They were beautifully hand painted, beautifully glazed. They were metal on the bottom, ceramic on the top. And then they had like a velvet base so that when they sit up against the wall, they didn't scratch up the wall. And they have the holes ready to go. So I thought they were really cool. It was a mom and a baby. Really, really, really well made. No chips or anything. I bought them for $6, sold them for $65. and it, $13.30 later for shipping and handling and fees. I made $45.70 on those guys. So those were awesome. Those retail online. People still make them. They retail online for well over $100. So $65 for me was a pretty darn good sell. Okay, cat bookends. These again sold literally within 24 hours. They were bookends from the Silvestri company in the 1990s. You can still find them online. They were filled with sand, but they were ceramic kitty cats with beautifully painted, ceramic. And they were from Mary Lake Thompson was the artist who did these. But I thought that they were just gorgeous. There wasn't a single chip or scratch. There was a little bit of wear on the bottom of one side, but otherwise still had some of the sand in them. They probably need to be replaced as far as the sand on the inside goes. But they were $6, sold them for $36. There was a 20-cent fee. And I believe I walked these down. Yep, Facebook Marketplace. So I sold these in person. $23.80 profit. These were my mom's, and that's okay. She told me to sell them. She didn't need them anymore. They RV full time. I don't ever use these. Unfortunately, Tiffin glass doesn't do very well right now. It is not. It's not a good time for heavy Victorian pieces. People are looking for the more dainty pieces. So I knew these were going to be an issue trying to sell them. I actually still have the other half of the collection. So we have these really beautiful wine goblets, and these sold. And now we've got really beautiful, exact same design sherbet glasses. So they're short and wide, and they're sherbet glasses, and I love them. And I think I've got 6 or 8 of those as well. So these are $0. I grew up with these. This is what we used to put ice cream and root beer floats in. We had 2 different root beer. We had a lot of root beer floats. We had these in root beer floats, and then we also had the vintage aluminum tin cans that we also had for tin cups for root beer floats. So anyways, I digress. These cost me $0 because they were from my mom. I sold them for $73. $15.91 later, and then $57.09. These were shipped very locally, so the shipping wasn't too bad on these. So $57.09 is what I ended up profiting on these bad boys. And like I said, I still have another half to go. So I'll be trying to get those sold pretty quick as well. They are already listed though. So if you're interested, go check out the Etsy store because these are listed on there. This was one of the things that I'm sad sold. I was going to take it off Etsy because I love it so much, but it sold before I could remember to do that. So it is a beautiful wooden hand-carved sign. It just says Cucina on it, which is Italian for kitchen. And I believe it was handmade. It could have been sold in a store, but I believe it was a handmade sign. I really tend to do very, very well with wood handmade signs. I've got a couple listed right now, which one just sold today. I'm going to walk it down to Facebook. I could. I'm in Seattle. Walk it down to Starbucks and pass it off. But I do really, really well with wood signs. This one sold on Etsy, I do believe, or maybe Mercari. Etsy sold on Etsy. I got this one for $2.99. It sold for $59. And again, I price things high if I really, really, really love them. Maybe in the store originally, this one sold for $20, $25, but because I love it so much, I'm going to price it at slightly higher. So I priced it at $59. So the fees and taxes were $13.16. I profited $42.85 on that Cucina sign. This was so cool. I got this for really, really cheap. I got this for $2.39. Guys, it was huge. Absolutely huge. It was probably 24 inches tall, hand painted. It was a vintage tin coffee drip, and it still had a filter inside of it. The person that collected this was going to give it to their mother. I got it for $2.39, sold it for $45. I still do not know who priced that because they're insane. Sold it for $2.39. Sold it for $45. It cost me $3.38 to ship because it was super light, like really, 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 like it was like a feather. And I profited $39.23 on that one. This was beautiful. I've owned this one for quite a while as well. I purchased this at the jewelry jar in Goodwill. At the jewelry counter in Goodwill. This did not come in a jewelry jar, but this was a Reed & Barton Damascene bracelet. So Damascene is when you have various metals imprinted into the silver. And Reed & Barton has been around for a very long time. There's a little write-up on this Reed & Barton. So yeah, it's beautiful. You can see the gold and the copper embedded into that silver. But what I loved about this bracelet was it actually told a story. So you can see on the various sides, it's nighttime. The sun starts coming up. Let's see, that's just the Reed & Barton. The sun starts coming up on that one, and then you can see the birds start to come out, so you can see each side. I didn't show it because I'm missing. Oh, there it is. So and then the middle one, the sun is up, the birds are out, the boats are out, and then it starts to reverse on the other way around. The sun starts going back down, and then it ends at night. So I thought it was just absolutely stunning. I got it for $1.79. I believe I actually got that one on a half off day, which is why it was originally like $3.50 or something, and then I got it for $1.79. Sold it for $2.86 was how much it cost me to ship, and I made $15.35 on that one. We're almost done. Okay, guys, I have seen these everywhere, and I still don't understand them. I got this one because I didn't know what it was, and I thought it was really cool. It had no stickers on it. Nothing. It was just a bright orange kitty cat bottle, and I thought it was really cool. Turns out when I did some research at home, this is from a wine bottle in Germany, a Reselling wine. They're not vintage. They're probably from the mid to late 2000s where we're at now, like where we are now. You can still buy them. They come in white and red and orange and green and blue and gold and all the different colors. They come in clear. So when I got home, I thought, well, I'm probably not going to be able to sell this. But because this one didn't have any stickers on it, most of these bottles still have the wine label on the back, which I think is really, really ugly because it's a modern bottle. The bottle itself is stunning. The sticker kind of makes it look cheap. I don't like it. It's a cheap wine sticker. I'm a huge wine person. That's a cheap wine sticker. So I got it for $1.50. I actually sold it for $23.30. So I don't recommend buying these bottles unless it comes in an amazing color and unless the sticker is already off of it, because you can see that this is like a cover around this bottle. And so it will come off. I believe this is probably where the sticker originally was. And so, yeah, some of the paint came off on that one. So take a risk on it. If it's a really, really cheap bottle, you can do it. But otherwise, if it's a bottle with no sticker on it, they actually do sell. So $23.30. Fees and taxes were $10.57 because there was a little bit longer, so it was a little bit more expensive to ship. $11.24 is what I profited on that one. This is one of my all-time favorite finds. Found this in a jewelry jar. This is a Pididdly Links charm bracelet. It was in beautiful working order. It still had the clasp. It had all of its charms. It was just absolutely stunning little bracelet. I got it for 18 cents. Resold it for $53.25. $18.25 is what it cost me to ship because if I remember right, it went to Japan. And they did want fairly fast shipping. $34.82 was the profit. And yeah, that is what it sold for. And you can see down here, I kind of sometimes keep track of what it came in. So this came in a $6.99 Goodwill jar. I love this. This is now hanging in someone's RV. A woman bought it for her mother. It's absolutely adorable. I got a really great review on this one. It says, "Dear house, we're really very small, just big enough for love, and that is all." And it's got two people with their dog and their cat. And I think it's just adult. I absolutely love this. So I got it for $5.99. $25 is what I sold it for. It was $11.32 after fees and taxes. I profited $7.49 on that one. So I didn't profit a whole lot, but I just love the fact that it's in a little RV. Perfect. It's a small home. It's a small plaque. I absolutely adore it. Okay. This one, huge mistake. Never buying these again. This is terrible. I actually profited a lot on this one, but it was a pain in the butt to sell. It probably laid around for 2 or 3 months. It was just an obstruction. It was everywhere. I hated it. It made me mad. I got it for $7.99. Sold it for $103.80. Really, that was, $64.53 of that was shipping and handling. It got there safe. Everything was fine. It was just a pain in the butt to find a box, figure out the cheapest way to ship it. So I ended up profiting $31.28, which is not bad, but not amazing. So for all of that, $30. Anyways, I'm never going to do that again. It was a learning experience. I sold this. Oh God, I love this. It was a beautiful Afghan. I believe I got this at the bins. I got it at the bins for $1.02. I washed it. I made sure it was OxyClean. It smelled amazing when it left. Sold it for $53. Fees and taxes were $5.50 because it was not a full king Afghan. It was more like a twin Afghan. And I profited $46.48. So that is what happened there. And we're going to be doing more bins stuff now that the wedding is over and I actually have time. This was interesting, a musical koala bear, and you can find these online. I found 3 or 4 of them online. It is made from kangaroo fur, so that's a thing. So it's made from kangaroo fur. I do not know the history behind these things. I do generally try to not sell real fur kind of things, but this was from the 1980s. I don't know. So anyways, he plays music, and you can find them online. I think he was kind of an Australian souvenir from the 1980s. So I got him for $4.99. He was in great condition. Sold him for $35.95. Shipped him for $4.36 and profited $29.60. Guys, we're almost done. Hang with me. Rabbit fur gloves. So these were actually a gift. These are from the 1980s. My aunt sent these to me probably 10 years ago in a box. I've never worn them because I can't do, my fingers need to be free. My fingers need to be free. So these were absolutely beautiful, and I always wanted to wear them, but I need my fingers. So these were made in Taiwan. It is real rabbit fur, real leather on the inside. This is not fur on the inside. It's leather, rabbit fur, and then this is like that plush, I don't know what it is, rayon or something. I don't know what it is. But they were absolutely beautiful. So I put $0 on these since they were a gift from my aunt. $29.77 is what I sold them for. $2.84 is what it cost to ship. So I profited $26.73. This is why it's so important to go through your house and find stuff that you would want to sell, because you can pretty much write that off as 0 purchase price and you're going to make more doing that anyways. So Swank men's fleur de lis square cufflinks, and these were also in a jewelry jar, so I got them for 18 cents. Sold them for $34.72. There was $6.87 for shipping. Guys, cufflinks do really, really well, especially during holiday season and wedding season. Sold a lot of cufflinks this year. And $27.67 is my profit. And generally, and especially if they have a brand name on them, they'll sell for a pretty penny. So these were probably $25, the original listing. Probably more than that. $30, because it probably cost me $4.72 to ship it. So, yeah, that's probably what happened. So these were probably $30 cufflinks, and I got them for 18 cents. So cufflinks, if you have both sets, if you can figure out who made them, you're really, really good to go. If you can't figure out who made them, they'll still sell for like $20 unless they're really, really unique, in which case you could still catch the $30 or $50, sales price. Last item, guys. Love my dog 1990 stained glass. I didn't think this would sell. This was kind of a guess. I used to have a lot of these when I was a kid. I used to collect, you could get them for like $3 at, they were hanging on the swirly stands inside of gas stations and things like that. But I thought that this one was really beautiful. It's kitschy from the 90s. Dog lovers are going to love it. So essentially it was just a little heart stained glass. It says, "Love me, love my dog." I got it for $1.99, sold it for $14.90. There was $4.69 for fees and shipping, and then $8.22 was my profit on that one. So yeah. So, and then down here you can also see, and again, I go through this in the videos, on the Etsy, thingy-majigger, my brain, it's done. I don't know how I'm going to record 2 more videos after this. But there is essentially in the base that you guys can buy on the Etsy, in my Etsy store, I also walk through all of this and break it all down for you as well. So you can see in July I had to pay $49.67 for fees and for all the fees for eBay. So those were my fees for eBay. I bought paper clips. I bought thank you cards. You can see I'm deducting all of this from my profit column. I bought thank you cards for $24.76. And these are just postcards that I have. I put inside every single box. So every time you get something from me, you get a thank you card from me. Bubble wrap and tissue paper, shipping labels for the vase and the mirror mix up, unfortunately. Replacement jar for smaller Tosh canister. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Mailers, craft paper and bubble wrap at the dollar store. So when all is said and done, if you scroll up a little bit, you can see that again, I profited, even after all of those mistakes, I profited $983.69 in August. So we're not going to do this video right now, but we're still in September. But you can see this month I've only done $522 in profit. So there has been a huge difference, and we still have 5 days left. And we did have a $300 day yesterday, but September's been rough, and I really do think that it has to do with that slump. And I was talking to my mom, and she says, well, she's like, people are, a lot of people don't have jobs in the summer, like teachers and things like that. Their income goes way, way down because they're doing side jobs or, things like they're doing summer school, which doesn't pay quite as much. So there is a huge, and also parents are sending their kids to summer camps and swim teams and all of these expensive things that they have to do during the summer. So a lot of people don't have as much money during the summer as they do during the year. So, I think she's absolutely right. So I think we see a lot of the people that are normally buying things just don't have the funds to do that during the summertime. So that is it. I'm going to go and record a haul video for you guys because I got some good stuff. But if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to punch those into the question area below. Starting on Sunday, I'm going to go through, we're going to do kind of a what sold in September so far, and then we will talk about, and then at the end of next week, I will do another what sold in September. So starting Sunday, we're going to start kind of trying to do these weekly instead of monthly, because you saw how long this video was. That's ridiculous. So that's what's going to happen. So with that being said, leave your questions below. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was so freaking long. And I will see you guys in the next haul video. Bye.